All right. Okay, so just get yourselves ready for today's practice. You'll need a couple of bricks. You might need something for your knees in terms of like a folded up blanket or a shawl, because we'll be doing some stuff on the ground on our knees. And I always think it's quite nice, if you can, to have something there. And we're going to begin seated in the usual way. So just pausing here and just take a few clearing breaths to settle. Inhale through your nose and a gentle exhale out through your mouth. So really getting in touch with the life force, energy, the vitality, the prana. And as you exhale, release and let go of what doesn't need to be here in your practice. And then see if you can connect to Ujjayi breathing. The lips lightly touching and bringing your attention to your throat space. And the sensation is as though you're pulling in the breath. Maintain that, take your attention inwards and start to feel into the body. Notice how you are today. So we'll be working through the koshas, the 5 sheaths, layers of the body, a system that's laid out through the yoga practice. And it's a way for us to tune in and just get a little bit closer into who we really are at our essence and our core. So yoga philosophy states that at our core, we're perfect just as we are. We're more than this outer layer, the body. That's Pranamaya Kosha, which is what we explored yesterday. And then just go into how you're feeling, your mood, your emotions. Notice what's there. This is very much linked into the Pranamaya Kosha, which is what we're going to focus on today. Notice the realm of thoughts. This is Manamaya Kosha, the mind space. So you can notice the quality of your thoughts, the speed, whether you feel quite heady or you're a little bit more in your body. Just notice what's kind of dominating today. And then, of course, there's the other realm of being. So that being able to discern and to notice is known as Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is more about the wisdom body. It's a very subtle layer within. Do we listen to the mind, or do we go into our wisdom, our inner essence, really, our inner intelligence? That's Vijnanamaya Kosha. So the bliss body, and Anandamaya Kosha, bliss, is really where we get to the very center, core spirit of our being. But today we're going to focus on Pranamaya Kosha, which is really, through the breath, is really where we get most of our vitality and energy. So we're going to work with a little pranayama, staying in our seat, and we'll explore the ratio breathing, inhaling for a count of 4, holding for a count of 2, and then exhaling for a count of 6. So what I'll do is I'll count us in a few rounds, and then you'll just continue on your own for a few rounds to really build up this prana. Okay, so when you're ready, so we're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We hold for 2, 1. Exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding 2, 1. Breathing 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2. Now continue on your own just for a few more rounds. So it's a calm, smooth inhale. It's a nice, controlled exhale. Just noticing how the quality of the mind is, your feelings, your emotions are as you breathe in this way. If you're new to this kind of breathing, it can take a bit of practice. It can feel a bit strange to stop, hold the breath, or to lengthen it, but you'll find that as you go, it will feel more natural. And then when you've exhaled completely, just release the count and just breathe in and out, still cultivating that lovely, rich, expansive breath. And then bring your hands to your heart space. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. Something that helps to elevate you and resonates with your mind, body, spirit. So we'll maintain this flow of breathing. Bring your hands to your knees. What we're going to do is circle around in a clockwise position. So I'm going to mirror you. And as you breathe slowly and deeply, you're going to tune into the sacral energy chakra, which is linked into the Pranamaya Kosha. So the breath, as I said, we breathe in more, we get a lot of our energy through the breath. But also our breathing is also, let's go the other way. It really reflects our emotions. So when we can move freely with flexibility and flow, we're more in touch. We can go the other way, we'll do it again the other way. And it's linking into the element of water. Water is really about being able to flow, so you can shift in either direction as you wish, whatever takes your fancy. Keep steady with your breath. So to move like this, to breathe, is to allow the energy to flow. And that's what yoga is about, is unblocking any kind of blockages. We want our energy to be free. We want it to flow. We want to feel connected to our emotions. Great. So coming into stillness as you inhale, you're going to float your arms all the way up. Now breathe first before you move. Start to exhale and then release the arms down. Now, if you want to bring that ratio breathing in with the ujjayi, you can. And we'll do one more round like that. So you breathe first, then you move. Now this time I'll do a nice little side bend, stretching the right side of the body. So as you inhale, you start to move and then lean over to your left, root down through the right hip, continue to breathe. Just getting nice and long in the side body. Breathing a little bit more into that right lung. And on your next inhalation, as you start to breathe in, start to come up so that we can then do the other side. Very nice, good. And whilst you're doing this, just notice the tendency to want to move, then breathe. We seem to want to do that, I think, sometimes. So we're having to kind of really pay attention. And then notice how the breath actually expands and finds a little bit more space, a bit more flexibility perhaps. And then on your next inhalation, rise all the way up. Exhale, hand floats down. I'm going to walk the hands forwards into a forward fold. And you might like to do this incrementally. We're going to stay for about 2 more rounds of breathing. So just like water flows, or you can think about the rhythm of the waves, that's kind of how our breath is a little bit. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back, come back up and pause with your hands in your lap. So we're going to take thumb to index finger in chin mudra and just close your eyes and stay connected to the flow of your breath. Just a few rounds. When you're ready, on your next inhalation, open your eyes and we're going to come onto all fours. So there's going to be quite a bit of side body opening today. Side stretching to open up the side seams. So you might want to lay down on your mat, perhaps a bit of padding for your knees if you feel like you need it. I'm going to take that today just to be comfortable. And we're going to start off with some cow cats, but I want you to initiate the cow cats with your breath, but starting from the tailbone. So we'll start with cow face. So as you inhale, your tailbone will start to reach back, belly softens, chest broadens, look forwards. As you exhale, tailbone curls in, lower, middle, upper part of your spine, and then you let your head hang. So as you inhale, the tailbone moves first, well, the breath moves first, then the tailbone. Lower, middle, upper chest. As you exhale, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper, relax, release your head. So let's just do that a couple more times. And it's quite slow to begin with, but don't worry, we will flow a little bit more with pace. But right now, we're just tuning into the movement of the breath in the body. Have a sense you're unlocking, unblocking any kind of kinks in the spine, in the back. Good, and we'll just quicken the pace. And then come to neutral spine. Good, take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, take your knee in towards the nose. And as you inhale, extend your right leg back, looking forwards. So we'll repeat that. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose, chest. Good, inhale, take the leg back. Try and curl that big toe into the midline. And the next time you exhale, plant your right knee down. And we're going to just flip onto the side. So we're going to take our left foot to the outer edge of the mat, the right side of your mat. Left hand to your hip. And as you inhale, start to breathe in first. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. Your right hand is underneath the shoulder, maybe on a brick if you need it. And then draw the belly button in towards the body so you're lengthening your tailbone. And we'll just stay for another breath or so. Maybe you look up at the left-hand thumb. Keep pressing through the left foot. Good. Now plant the right palm down. And then as you breathe in, start to lift the left leg up. Good, really nice. We're going to move through gate pose. Good. So as you exhale, plant the left foot down. And then as you inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Exhaling, we're going to move through this flow. Inhale, you lift the leg. Exhale, you plant the foot down. Inhale, you rise up into gate pose. Good. Now I'm probably doing it the more kind of demanding way with, you can see my right knee, my right foot is in line with the knee more or less, but you can take the foot out a quarter turn behind you, which will give you a bit more balance in your gate pose. I should have said that before. Now, as you lift that left leg up, could you bend the knee and catch hold of your ankle? Good. And as you do that, try to expand through the chest, press the foot into the hand, and just pause and breathe here. I'm going to take one more breath. Now, if it's tricky to bind, don't worry, you just reach the hand there, you just reach the foot to the bum. Good, and as you inhale, release the leg. We're going to take the left hand down onto the mat, press your left toes down, and then reach the right leg up and back. And take a deep breath in your three-legged dog. Now plant the hands down in an equal, balanced manner. Push into the ground and reach that right leg back. We're going to rock forwards, moving plank a few times with the breath. As you exhale, curl your knee in towards the chest. As you push into the ground, you inhale and the right leg floats up. Let's do that 2 more times. Now this time, as you hug the knee in towards the chest, round through your spine and just step that right foot forwards. And then bring the left knee down onto the mat, reaching the arms up for Anjaneyasana. Really, really good. Excellent. Press down through the right foot and reach your right hand down. And we'll come into a little side bend as though your right fingertips wanted to touch the ground. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, try and press down through the left shin. And then on your next inhale, reach the right arm to connect to the left. And then as you exhale, left arm down. So just try and get long diagonally first, and then we'll do a little side stretch. Good. As you inhale, lift up with the right fingertips. As you exhale, start to veer off to the left. Little side stretch. You have to press down through that right foot. Inhale, left arm floats up. Interlace the hands, draw your hips back, and just lift up through your breastbone into a little back bend here. Very, very nice. Good. Now as you exhale, bring the hands down and simply just bring the right knee down onto the mat. A few cow cats here. As you inhale, start to open up through the chest. Curl the toes. Exhale, arch your spine, cat, push into the earth. So finding that flow with the breath. This is the Pranamaya Kosha, and it fits inside Annamaya Kosha. Good. The last round as you inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral spine as you inhale. So let's come into our sideways cat first. So you can spin that left foot at 9 o'clock and extend your right foot so it's in line with your knee, and then just stretch the right arm up. So if you need to have a brick underneath that left hand, you can. If you want to work with a little bit of balance here, you can press out through the right foot and float the left fingertips off the ground. You're having to use your core here. That's an interesting challenge. Good, and then let's rise up into gate pose. Breathing in. Left arm lifts, right hand floats down. And then spin back down on the exhale. So moving with the breath moves you. So it's really important to breathe fully and deeply and consciously with this movement, because it's what's really going to unblock any tensions in the body. It's going to free up the mind space. Because if we have tensions in the body, that seems to affect the mind or how we feel. So this time, left hand down, pick up the right leg, float it up in line with the hip. Now just bend the knee. Reach your right arm back, and you might find that you can touch the foot. Don't worry if there isn't a bind there, but if you can catch hold, you want to make sure that you're not sticking it in the lower back here. Press the foot into the hand. Good, and open up the chest. Very, very nice, well done. And as you inhale, release your foot back. Right arm reaches and goes all the way onto the mat. Spin the left toes back. Right foot touches the ground. And then as you inhale, float the left leg up and back. Just really stretch that back, breathe. So there's a lot of just kind of staying in the pose, breathing to settle. Good, and then on your exhale, rock forwards, moving plank, knee to your nose. So we're doing that 3 times. Okay, so this time hug the knee in, round through your back, push through the hands and step the left foot forwards to the ground, bringing your right shin down. Anjaneyasana, we reach the arms all the way up. So left ankle directly beneath the knee, push down through shin and knee. Good. And we'll just take a little side stretch, so reach the right fingertips up, float the left fingertips down, and then lean to the left as though you want to touch the ground with the left fingertips. Good. Now, you can engage the bandhas here, which will stabilize you. Good. On your next inhalation, float the left arm up and the right arm down. Try and get long first. Side bodies are long, and then we start to lean to the right. Deep breath in, just breathe. And then on your next inhalation, the right arm meets the left hand. We interlace, draw the pelvis back. Inhale, heart string lifts up towards the sky, so that's your sternum. Very nice, good. As you exhale, release the hands to the top of the mat and we step it forwards. We're going to come into Uttanasana, top of your mat. So big step forwards. And then as you inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and then fold. Inhale brings you all the way up to stand, palms together. Exhale, hands back to the heart space, and just pause there, reminding yourself of your intention. So these koshas, the koshas are there really for us to go a little bit deeper in, because from the physical Pranamaya Kosha, the material body, that's how we get into yoga, through the physical practice. But then we realize there's a lot more to it. So as you inhale, sweep the arms up we're going to pause through our poses. So just interlace the fingers and reach the fingertips up. And we're going to take 3 breaths holding this Urdhva Hastasana. So you push down through the feet. And we've just got one more round of breath, inhaling. And then as you exhale, release the arms down and forward fold. We're just going to hold here and just take the arms back behind us in a bound forward fold. Press down through 4 corners of the feet. Lift up through the inner arches and connect to your bandhas. One more breath as you reach the fingertips up towards the sky a little bit more. Good, really nice. And as you exhale, bring the hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. And we're going to pause here in the halfway. So soften the knees, engage the bandhas a lot, and keep pressing out through 4 corners of the feet. One more breath, inhale. As you exhale, plant the hands down and we step back to plank. Now you have an option here, because we're going to stay for 3 breaths. You can either come into a half plank, bringing the knees down and reaching your collarbones forwards. That's a nice way to be, or you can stay for 1 more breath. And on the exhale, we descend all the way down onto the mat with control, bending the elbows back, belly, chest, chin. Now firm up your legs really, really strongly. And we're going to push down through the tops of the feet. And as we inhale, Cobra Pose. So you want to lengthen your tailbone back. And we're going to pause here for 2 more rounds of breath. So inhaling. Legs are nice and firm. Exhale, look forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Now as you inhale, lift your chest up a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, roll your chest down as though you're snaking back down. Tuck the toes. Press into the hands and we reach the hips back for a downward facing dog. Good. Now as you inhale, bring your attention to your right hand and press down. As you exhale, bring your attention to your left toes and press that down. Inhale, left hand. Exhale, right toes. Inhale, both hands. Exhale, both feet. Very nice. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, you walk or step to the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe pause after the inhale. Exhale, fold. Let your head hang, chin in, and then inhale, you rise all the way to stand. I know it's a bit slow motion. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. So one breath, one movement in our sun salutation, just like that. Inhale, arms lift up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. So you might even do this with your eyes closed, so you can really feel the breath. Inhale, halfway. And then step back to plank. Breathe here in plank or a half plank. Exhale, bend the elbows and slower as you lower down all the way. Chin touches. Draw those toes back. Firm up the legs. Inhale, one cobra. Exhale, you roll back down, tuck the toes, press into the hands and reach back for your downward facing dog. So keep lifting those hips up and back. Breathe into the left hand. Exhale, right toes. Inhale, right hand. Exhale, left toes. Now as you inhale, lift up the heels high, keeping your hip points lifted to the ground. Bend the knees, look forwards, and as you exhale, you could do a little hop or a step to the top of the mat. Hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Now as you inhale, lift all the way to stand, palms meet. Exhale, hands to the heart, and just pause there. So one of the things we find with the breath is very much linked into our emotions. If we're happy, or when we're happy, our breath is free. When we're upset, it's very short and fast. So if we notice that about our breathing, then we can stop, we can breathe a little bit slower. Bring your toes and your heels together with control. Hopefully you're feeling that this is quite relaxing. Bend the knees, sit down into chair, reach the arms up. Good, and as you exhale, start to twist to the right. So I'm going to pause here, inhaling and lifting the right arm up towards the sky. Open your twist. As you exhale, bring the palms back together. We'll rise on the inhale. We'll sit down on the exhale. Lift the arms, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, palms meet, prayer. Inhale, rise to stand slowly, breathing in. And then we're going to fold straight down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank. Good. Now this time we're going to come all the way down onto the belly, really slowly as we exhale. And I want you to imagine you're doing a reverse cobra. So it's the belly rolls down, the belly button, the chest, and the chin touches. Now as you inhale, lift into Cobra Pose, push into the hands, and we're going to do a little kind of snaky flow on the ground. So you're going to bring your hips all the way back towards the child's pose, slide your hands back. Good. We're going to do that Cobra flow. As you inhale, right fingertips face back, lift the left arm up, lift your hips. This is like Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hips down, left hand down. Other side, inhale, the right arm lifts up, hips lift. Exhale, sit your hips down. Fingertips face forward, this time a flowing Uttanasana. We do this 3 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit, look forwards. And again. So as we go and we move, we might get a little bit deeper each time with more flexibility and flow. So that's what our flow will do. And as you exhale, you'll reach the hands forwards. We're going to glide forwards like a snake. Roll the thighs down, hips, belly, chest, chin. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, Cobra. Leads you towards your child's pose. Chin in, hands back. This time, the right arm lifts. Inhale. Exhale, sit. Left arm, inhale. Exhale, sit. Good. This time, both hips, inhale. We'll do this 2 more times. Good. Just feel, breathe, and feel. Good. This time, plant the hands forwards as you exhale, downward facing dog.
Inhale, right leg lifts. Good, now I'm going to bend the knee here, heel to the bum. And then start to lift the knee up as you lift your left heel up off the ground. We're going to see if we can take this into a wild thing. So you have a choice. Either you just roll your right hip up to the sky and stay in your hip opener, pushing into that right hand. Or you can continue on onto the outer edge of your left foot, taking the right foot behind you. An easy way would be to bend the left knee as well and then lift the hips up and back with the right arm floating back. And you're pushing into that left hand. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's come back round to a three-legged dog. So your right foot floats up. Now inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forwards. And we'll come into a high crescent. Take your time. So you might step the left foot forwards a little and reach the arms back. Now hug the bandhas in and the palms are facing up and the fingers are radiating outwards. Brilliant. So core is engaged. We're going to lift the arms up towards the sky as you breathe in. So you can turn your palms down and then float the palms up. That brings you all the way up into your high crescent lunge. Good, really nice. We're going to stay for a couple more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, transition into warrior two. So your left arm floats back behind you, turn and ground the back heel. And we're sitting deeply in our warrior two. So you can get down low a little bit here. Back leg is nice and firm. Good. And we're going to flow from a reverse warrior into a side angle. And we'll do that a couple of times. So your legs stay exactly as they are. And it's like your arms are a little bit like a chakra wheel. All right, so we do this a few times. So your base is firm. We cultivated a strong base yesterday in our physical practice, more sturdy, stable practice, but now we flow, we move the energy through the body. So now you're in reverse warrior. Pause, take a deep breath in. We're going to go into extended side angle. So right hand on the inside of your right foot. If you need to bring it onto a brick, do. And then as you inhale, lift the left arm up and over the head. So I'm going to breathe mainly into that side body. I'm going to take 2 more breaths. As you exhale, we're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Walking the hands back and letting your head hang, taking your weight forwards to the toes. You can turn them slightly in and that will broaden your sacrum. Bend the elbows back. Let your head hang and just breathe. Let it all go. So even water has a kind of earthy quality because it flows in the riverbeds, if you like. And we have what's called nadis, where the energy flows like currents in the body. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen through your spine, and spin your right toes to face the top of the mat. We're going to step back to plank pose. Exhaling, step back to plank. Inhale in your plank, and then come all the way down onto the belly. Just one cobra here. And then press back to downward facing dog. Let's do the other side of that sequence. We're going to lift the left leg up and back. So hip opener. So you can bend the knee first and then roll that hip open. You can stay here or start to flip your dog. So you're on the outer edge of your right foot. This is a bit like Vashisthasana, but to make it easier, you can bend the right knee as well. Then it turns it more into a back bend. We're going to take an extra breath here. Exhale, spin back around, find your handprint. The left leg floats up. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. So we're ready for our high lunge. Now just take your time here. Engage through the bandhas. Reach your arms back, palms are turning up towards the sky. Radiate the fingertips out. Good. Take a deep breath in and exhale, root down. Inhale, lift the arms. We pause and we stay for 2 more breaths. So try and reach up really high as you inhale. Pause. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, reach up higher. Good. Exhale, root down. Good, really nice. Inhale, lift the fingertips up. Exhale, turn around the back heel, warrior 2. Now get nice and long in your warrior. You might shimmy the feet a little bit wider. Nice and strong in the legs. Good. So feel what the right hand is doing behind you. Good. And then as you inhale, reverse your warrior. And we'll just move in that chakra wheel kind of flow in our side angle, supported. Good. Inhale. Exhale, arm comes over the head. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, arm over the head. Good. So we'll go a little bit deeper here. So if you need to shorten your stride to get a little bit lower in that hip flexion, do. Left hand onto the brick. Right arm up and over the ear. Take a deep breath in. Pause and then exhale. One more breath like that, breathing in. As you exhale, really pushing out through the feet. One more breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you want to, you can bind and take the big toes, turning the toes inwards, wrapping your peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, you swan dive. Come all the way down, lean to the toes a little bit. Thumbs are on the mat, facing each other. Elbows are bent out to the sides. Chin is in. If you'd like to take a couple of rounds of ratio breathing, 4, 2, 6, 2, then go ahead. So you breathe in for a count of 4. You hold for 2. You exhale for 6. You hold for 2. Good, really nice. On your next inhalation, lift your chest. Release your hands forwards. Good, and as you exhale, walk the hands towards the top of the mat. And a vinyasa here. So stepping back to plank, inhaling. Good. Little chaturanga if you want to, or a half a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Or a cobra. And then roll back to your downward facing dog. I'm going to pause and breathe. Really nice, slow, nourishing breath in and out. So to cultivate this long flowing breath is to really absorb a lot of prana. We do get about 70% of our prana from the air. We can do without food for a while, but not really without air. So it's really good to just breathe and flow with your breath. You're going to cultivate a little bit more vitality and life force in the body. Good. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walking, stepping to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, sit your hips down, chair pose, lift the arms. And then on the same inhale, rise all the way to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Well done. Good. So very nice, mindful, flowing breath practice today. But we're going to come into a standing, balancing pose. Good. So we're going to use our focus, our drishti, straight ahead. So the first thing we'll do is we'll bend the knee so that your knees at a 90-degree angle, hands onto your hips. Good. Now we're going to do a little twist, turning to the right with your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now press the knee into the hand. And if you can find your balance, you'll look to the right and extend your right arm back. You're in a standing, balancing twist. That right hip wants to hook up, don't let it. Try and lengthen through the side waist there. Maybe from here you extend your right leg forwards, holding it here, breathing in and breathing out. Just one more breath, inhale and exhale. Now on the inhale, we'll lift the right arm up, face forwards, keep your leg lifted, and then as you exhale, bend the knee, hands to heart, pop the foot down. Relax, release, let go. And really just breathe and let go of any tension. We tend to grip a little bit as we focus. So breathing in and breathing out. Let's do the other side. So really plant down that right foot, find that earthing stability. Float that left knee up, take the right hand to the outside and start to turn. So you've got a chance here with the breathing to develop this pose a little bit further if you want to, or you just stay here. If you fall out like I just did, don't worry, you come back into it. And we hold for a few more breaths. Steady gaze, steady breathing, maybe you extend the leg. Good. Your next inhalation, float the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, look forwards, hands to the heart, release the leg down. Very nice. Excellent. So we're going to come into a deep squat. We're going to lift the arms all the way up and exhale, come all the way down into Malasana. Very nice. Now just pause here. We're getting down low and close your eyes. Feel like you're rooting your tailbone down. And then as you breathe in, as your tailbone roots down, as you breathe in, you'll feel this kind of swell of the breath. So feel that rising up into the body. Good. Exhale, feel like your tailbone's descending. Inhale, feel like your crown is ascending. Great, really nice. Now from here, we'll do a nice little twist. We're going to take the left hand to the left knee and then push into that. Lift your hips up a little bit and reach your right arm back and around. Twist. And then as you exhale, come down into your Malasana. We'll do the other side. Right hand on the knee. As you inhale, you float your left arm out to the side like a wing. And then exhale, you sit down. Very nice, good. And we're going to sit the hips down. So you can use your hands to take the pelvis down or just sit and then bring the soles of the feet together in Badakanasana. Great. So we're just going to flap those knees a little bit, the kind of butterfly wings. So just do that a few times and connect to your breath. Good. And see if you can. We're going to come forwards. If you find you're rolling back a little bit, it's probably easier to bring the feet a little bit forward so you've got more of a diamond shape, or you can bring the heels quite close. And we're just going to fold forwards a little bit here. So you'll probably be feeling this hip opener on the inner groins here. Maybe the lower back. Just bring attention to where you feel this pose, but also just breathe throughout the whole body. So in yoga, it's thought that we get a lot of emotions stuck around the root and Swadhisthana, which is the sacral energy chakra. So have a sense that you are shifting and moving that energy, of any stuck energy there. And we're going to stay for 2 more breaths. So inhaling. Pause on that inhale. Slowly exhale. Nice deep breath in. Pause when you have that full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head. Good. Exhale, extend your left leg straight ahead of you, and we'll come into head to knee. If you need to support this right knee, you do. But we're going to root down through the pelvis, lift the arms as we breathe in. And then as you exhale, fold over your left leg. Toes, if you can, root them up towards the sky, unless your hamstrings are really, really tight, in which case soften the knee and point the toes. That will lengthen them and help you to bow over that leg. So bowing down over the leg and using the breath to soften any hardness, any tension. And it's almost like the breath is like a salve. This attention to the breath, conscious breathing, just helps the inner connective tissues to soften. And we can unglue and unstick all that sticky stuff. So just pausing here, one more breath. And then as you breathe in, slowly you'll walk your hands back, lift your head up, and just pause, take a breath. Now really engage the bandhas here and lift up through your spine. Just hold this pose. Good, really nice. Excellent. We're going to bend the left knee and meet for a brief Badakanasana. Take a moment to lift up through the crown. Find your center. Breathe up the spine to the crown. Breathe down to the root. So we're going to extend the right leg forwards. Left foot on the inseam of the leg. If you need to support that knee, you do. Root down through the sit bones. Lift the arms as you inhale, breathing in. Exhale, start to come forwards. And there'll be a sticking point in the first place that you arrive at. So take a deep breath in to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, soften into pose. So this is how we use the breath in the yoga poses to find a little bit more flexibility, pliability, to soften. Feeling that flexibility in the body. And going with the flow of the breath. So of course, as we build our way through the koshas, we do need a strong base, that anchor. And then from that strong base, we move, we flow, we express our emotions. We feel our emotions. Good. Now, just take one more slow breath in. Pause and slowly exhale. On your next inhalation, walk the hands back. Lift your head, find the crown, lift up, pause and breathe. So as we stop and we pause, we're just absorbing that energy now. Extend your left leg forwards. Dandasana. So walk your hips back a little bit. You'll find that when you do that, that really helps the rotation of the hips. And we'll do what we did yesterday, really, really nice. We anchored through the back of the legs, so roll the inner thighs down to the ground. Hands beside you. Look straight ahead. Feel that the back of the legs are rooting down and the toes are pointing up to the ceiling and towards you. Engage through those bandhas. And when you're ready, lift the arms. As you breathe in, lift the arms. As you exhale, fold. And it's the same with head to knee, Janu Shashasana. You'll find your first point where you meet resistance. Stay and breathe. And as you exhale, you might come down a little bit further. Even if you find you can come straight down, there's something nice about moving into it incrementally. That helps you to feel the full expression of your pose today, wherever you are, and it really doesn't matter about how far you go. And when you have reached the depth of your pose today, just stay, breathe. So as you stay, know that you're nourishing your body, your mind, your spirit with the actual yoga poses, with the breath, with this energy. On your inhale, start to rise up. On your exhale, start to roll onto your back. So if you need a bit more space, you can shimmy forwards a little bit, and you can do this really, really slowly if you want to. Work your core. Take your time. And then when you arrive, just bend the knees. Great. Good. So breathing space. Hopefully what you found today, contrast to yesterday, but we've got a lot more breathing space in our practice. So you just pause, you breathe, you feel. So feeling the texture of the ground beneath your feet. And we'll do a nice little dynamic bridge. Now press strongly through the feet. Now as you inhale, your arms are beside you. They're going to float up and back as you lift your hips. And as you exhale, undulate your spine back down, tailbone on the ground. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, rolling back down. One more. Keep the arms where they are, and then as you inhale, lift your hips. Come into the fuller expression of this Setu Bandha, where we're going to interlace the fingers, and then see if you can roll your upper bones under. You'll get a little bit more arch and lift in your chest. As you lift the chest, press down through the feet. Neck is nice and free, so you're just feeling the balance on the back of the shoulders, tops of the arms, back of the head. And your feet are firmly planted, lifting the hips. Good. Tailbone lifts up towards pubic bone. Close your eyes. And then as you breathe in, have a sense you can really fill the whole body up with breath. As though your limbs were hollow, your bones were hollow. So you're breathing right deep into the shape of this bridge pose. We'll just take 2 more rounds of breath. Try not to skimp on the breath at all. So it's a full breath in and a full breath out. Okay, release the hands out to the side as you breathe in. Exhale, roll your spine all the way down and hug your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze those knees. You can lift your head up a little bit. Good. We're going to rock from side to side. I want you to imagine that you wanted to do crow on your back. So lift the feet up, keep your head lifted, and reach the arms forwards, just for a little bit of a wake up on our core. We're going to press the hands forwards, draw the knees into the upper bones, splay the fingers, radiate energy through the fingers, spread the toes, and push out through the elbows as you press in through the knees. I know, just take 2 more breaths if you can. Chin is in, back of the neck is relaxed. 1 more breath. Good, really nice. And then as you inhale, slowly let your head come down, take the knees in, rock a little bit from side to side. And stretch your legs out long. Reach your arms back behind you and stretch your whole body. Breathe slowly and deeply into the whole body. As you exhale, feel like you can start to surrender the weight of the body. We're going to reach the arms beside us, and this is Shavasana. So if you want to be a little bit more comfortable, warmer, gather any props that you need, because we're going to settle in stillness. Make sure you have enough space for your shoulders, turning the palms up towards the sky. And let your feet just roll out to the sides. Relax your legs. And then just take 3 very slow, deep breaths in and out. And just making them the longest, slowest breaths so far.
And as you attend to the breath, you're attending to the knowledge, the uh, truth of how much this breath nourishes you, breathing into every cell of your body. Life-giving oxygen, prana, vitality. And not only that, you're breathing in this conscious awareness and attention to every fiber of your being. Just feeling the wonder of the breath, the wonder of the body, appreciation of this practice. We'll just rest in that for the rest of this Shavasana, in silence and in quiet. So bringing your awareness to where you are, but keeping absolutely still. Just start to open up the senses to take in the atmosphere, the energy that surrounds you. And just stay still. I'm going to read you a poem. It's by Dana Fords. It's called Your Full Expression. Stretch long and longer still, reach wide until the expanding space inside is filled with light. What began as willful practice now generates its own energy. offer this, the radiance of you, back to the universe. The give and take of breath calls forth your full expression, birthing something new, something crucial that no posture can contain. So taking a slow, expansive breath in, filling up with vitality and life force, that prana. You might like to circle the hands and the feet gently to reawaken, bring some movement, some of that lovely energy back in. Bending the knees in one at a time. Wrapping your arms around, giving yourselves a hug. Rocking from side to side. And then make your way up to sit. Good. And I'd actually like us to close this practice with a pranayama. It's Nadi Shodhanam. Having moved the whole body, squeezed, stretched, what it does is kick up some toxins to the surface. So what we're going to do is use this Nadi Shodhana to release that, breathe it out, and then we'll sit for a minute or so in meditation. Okay? So Nadi Shodhana, you can take a mudra of your choice, either Vishnu mudra, I'll just mirror you, Vishnu mudra, or you can take Nasagra mudra with the index finger, middle finger to the third eye. And we're going to breathe in through the left nostril first, slowly, and then pause at third eye, close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale. Empty the breath, pause, and then you breathe in through the right, pause at third eye, close the right, open the left, and exhale. That completes one round. So we're breathing in through the left. Take your time, nice soft breath, pause at third eye, close the left, open the right, and exhale. When you're ready, inhale. Close the right, pause at third eye, open the left, exhale. We'll just do 3 more rounds. So controlling the breath, making it nice and smooth, relaxed. No force. Nice and calm. Balancing out the nadis. Cleansing the prana. So when you exhale out of the left nostril, once you're ready, you can release your hand down into your lap. Bring awareness to the tip of the nose. Breathing in through both nostrils. To the third eye, pause. Exhale. Keep your attention on the tip of the nose. Slowly breathing in. Pause at the third eye and exhale. And then just release any effort. Just sit quietly for a minute or so. Staying connected to the breath, noticing how you feel from that pranayama, that meditation. Notice the mind space, how you feel. And then bring your hands in prayer to your heart. Gently bow your head inwards. Recalling your sankalpa. And repeat it to yourself a few times like a blessing. And if at any time for the rest of the day, during the rest of the day, you find that you come off your center, you might just like to repeat your sankalpa, like your own mantra, a few times to bring yourself back. So may your practice serve you well and those around you too. Namaste. Well done. Thanks for joining this practice.